What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Wednesday, March 9th, 2016, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and I'll take you to the page. Marvel's upcoming Captain America sequel will be the studio's longest feature film to date at 2 hours and 26 minutes. According to Comic Book Movie, the superhero action flick titled Captain America Civil War will run 10 minutes longer than its predecessor, Captain America the Winter Soldier, and just 3 minutes longer than the original Avengers film. The length of Civil War contends with DC Comics' upcoming Batman vs. Superman, which will run a few minutes longer at 2 hours and 31 minutes. Starring Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, Chadwick Boseman, Tom Holland, Anthony Mackie, and Sebastian Stan, the film will reportedly continue laying the foundation for even more from the Marvel Universe. Marvel has also released several new posters for Civil War, showing close-up shots of Avengers transposed onto a cutout of Captain America's iconic shield. The film will place Downey's Iron Man against Evans' Captain America in a battle of principle regarding the status of the Avengers. The longest-running film from Marvel bows in theaters April 28th. 20th Century Fox unveiled a new poster for its upcoming superhero flick X-Men Apocalypse on Tuesday. The image debuted on Yahoo Movies. It featured lead villain Apocalypse 4 Horseman, Michael Fassbender as Magneto, Olivia Munn as Cyclops, Alexander Shipp as Storm, and Ben Hardy as Angel. Oscar Isaac plays Apocalypse. The movie is set for theatrical release on May 27th. J.K. Simmons has been cast as Commissioner Gordon in Warner Bros.' upcoming superhero team-up film Justice League Part 1. Announced on Monday, Gordon was the last major role remaining to be cast before production on Justice League starts in April, according to Variety. Directed by Zack Snyder with a screenplay by Chris Terrio, the DC Comics epic will bring together Batman played by Ben Affleck, Superman played by Henry Cavill, Wonder Woman played by Gal Gadot, The Flash played by Ezra Miller, Aquaman played by Jason Momoa, and Cyborg played by Ray Fisher to combat a new enemy threatening the Earth. Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice will help lay the groundwork for Justice League, as it will also feature Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg in the film when it hits theaters March 25th. Simmons takes on the iconic role as Batman's most trusted ally in the Gotham City Police Department, following Gary Oldman's portraying the character in director Christopher Nolan's most recent The Dark Knight trilogy. Ben McKenzie currently portrays the character in Fox's Batman prequel series drama Gotham. The Oscar-winning actor is no stranger to comic book adaptations, as he's famously appeared as disgruntled newspaper editor-in-chief J. Jonah Jameson in the original Spider-Man trilogy alongside Tobey Maguire and director Sam Raimi. Recently, Simmons responded to an online fan petition asking Marvel and Sony to recast him as Jameson for their upcoming Spider-Man reboot starring newcomer Tom Holland, saying, "It was a super fun character, so I'll never close the door on anything." Justice League Part 1 is due in theaters November 17th, 2017. Star Wars The Force Awakens led the field with 11 nods, including a mention for Movie of the Year, when nominations for the 2016 MTV Movie Awards were announced Tuesday. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Kevin Hart are the hosts this year's ceremony, which will air on April 10th. Here are the nominees. For Movie of the Year, the nominees include Avengers Age of Ultron, Creed, Deadpool, Jurassic Park, Star Wars The Force Awakens, and Straight Outta Compton. For True Story, the nominees include Concussion, Joy, Steve Jobs, Straight Outta Compton, The Big Short, and The Revenant. For Best Documentary, the nominees include Amy, Cartel Land, He Namely Malala, The Hunting Ground, The Wolf Pack, and What Happened to Miss Simone. For Best Female Performance, the nominees include Alicia Vikander for Ex Machina, Anna Kendrick for Pitch Perfect 2, Charlize Theron for Mad Max Fury Road, Daisy Ridley for Star Wars The Force Awakens, Jennifer Lawrence for Joy, and Marina Baccarin for Deadpool. For Best Male Performance, the nominees include Chris Pratt for Jurassic World, Leonardo DiCaprio for The Revenant, Matt Damon for The Martian, Michael B. Jordan for Creed, Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool, and Will Smith for Concussion. For Best Breakthrough Performance, the nominees include Amy Schumer for Trainwreck, Brie Larson for Room, Daisy Ridley for the Star Wars The Force Awakens, Dakota Johnson for 50 Shades of Grey, John Boyega for Star Wars The Force Awakens, and O'Shea Jackson Jr. for Straight Outta Compton. For Best Comedic Performance, nominees include Amy Schumer for Trainwreck, Kevin Hart for Ride Along 2, Melissa McCarthy for Spy, Rebel Wilson for Pitch Perfect 2, Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool, and Will Ferrell for Get Hard. Best Action Performance, nominees include Chris Pratt for Jurassic World, Dwayne Johnson for San Andreas, Jennifer Lawrence for The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2, John Boyega for Star Wars The Force Awakens, Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool, and Vin Diesel for Furious 7. Best Hero nominations include Charlize Theron for Mad Max Fury Road, Chris Evans for Avengers of Age of Ultron, Daisy Ridley Star Wars The Force Awakens, Dwayne Johnson for San Andreas, Jennifer Lawrence for The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2, and Paul Rudd for Ant-Man. Best Villain, the nominees include Adam Driver for Star Wars The Force Awakens, Ed Serkin for Deadpool, Hugh Keats-Bryan for Mad Max Fury Road, James Spader for Avengers Age of Ultron, Samuel L. Jackson for Kingsman The Secret Service, and Tom Hardy for The Revenant. Best Virtual Performance, the nominees include Amy Poehler Inside Out, Andy Serkis for Star Wars The Force Awakens, Jack Black for Kung Fu Panda 3, James Spader for Avengers Age of Ultron, Lupita Nyong'o for Star Wars The Force Awakens, and Seth MacFarlane for Ted 2. Best Ensemble Cast, the nominees include Avengers Age of Ultron, Furious 7, Pitch Perfect 2, Star Wars The Force Awakens, The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2, and Trainwreck. Best Kiss, the nominees include Amy Schumer and Bill Hader for Trainwreck, Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan for 50 Shades of Grey, Leslie Mann and Chris Hemsworth for Vacation, Margot Robbie and Will Smith for Focus, Miranda Bachran and Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool, Rebel Wilson and Adam Devine for Pitch Perfect 2. Best Fight Scene, the nominees include Deadpool versus Ajax for Deadpool, Hugh Glass versus The Bear for The Revenant, Imperator Furiosa versus Max Rokitansky for Mad Max Fury Road, Iron Man versus Hulk, Avengers of Ultron, Rey versus Kylo Ren for Star Wars The Force Awakens, and Susan Cooper versus Leia in Spy. Charlie Sheen and Whoopi Goldberg have signed on to star in an upcoming indie drama that takes place in the World Trade Center entitled 9/11. According to a Hollywood Reporter, the film, which start production in Los Angeles on Monday, it centers around 5 individuals trapped in an elevator inside the World Trade Center during the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001. Director Martin Jujui was speaking with Variety, said, "We are immensely grateful to bring this inspirational story of life. 9/11 is a highly emotional journey, and it took a dynamic bunch of collectively come together to make this unique film happen. We are fortunate to have such a gifted cast on board. Both Charlie and Whoopi are native New Yorkers who strongly identify with this story." Sheen added, "I feel deeply connected to the material, and I'm so excited to be working with my dear friend Whoopi Goldberg." The film, co-written by Gigi and Stephen Gobolinsky, also stars Louis Guzman, Wood Harris, and Olga Fonda. 9/11 marks the return to the silver screen for Sheen, who was last seen on the FX comedy series Anger Management. This is his first role since confirming he is HIV positive in November. Goldberg is a co-host of The View, was last seen in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. 9/11 currently has no release date. J.K. Rowling has released online the first essay in her 4-part series, History of Magic in North America. The original piece of writing was posted Tuesday on Pottermore.com. It chronicles the history of magic in the United States and Canada from the 14th to the 17th centuries. The piece begins by saying, though European explorers called it the New World when they first reached the continent, wizards have known about America long before Muggles. Various modes of magical travel, brooms and apparitions among them, not to mention visions and premonitions, meant that even far-flung wizarding communities were in contact with each other from the Middle Ages onward. Warner Bros. Says the essays are intended to provide contents and backstory for the feature film Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which is set for release on November 18th. The movie is a prequel to the 8-hit Harry Potter fantasy films, which were based on Rowling's best-selling books. Rowling makes her screenwriting debut with the script for Beasts starring Eddie Redmayne, Catherine Waterston, Dan Fogel, Alison Sudol, Eliza Miller, Samantha Morton, John Voight, Ron Perlman, Carmen E. Jojo, Jen Murray, Faith Wood-Bagrove, and Colin Farrell. Supergirl and 4 other new CBS series will be renewed for a second season. Network CEO Les Moonves announced CBS's plans at the Deutsche Bank Media, Internet, and Telecom Conference in Palm Beach, Florida on Tuesday. Moonves told the audience, "We have about 5 new shows on this year. Of those 5, I believe all 5 of them will be renewed, and we own we own 4 of them. CBS introduced Supergirl, Limitless, Code Black, Life in Pieces, and Angel from Hell this season, and will premiere Criminal Minds Beyond Borders next week. Angels from Hell was canceled in February, but the 4 other shows are expected to be renewed. The network owns Limitless, Code Black, and Criminal Minds Beyond Borders, while Supergirl and Life in Pieces come from outside studios. Warner Brothers Television, 20th Century Television distributed Supergirl and Life in Pieces, respectively. Supergirl debuted in October and airs Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The series, which premiered to 12.96 million viewers, remains popular with critics and fans, with many praising Melissa Benoist's performance as Kara Danvers, a.k.a. Supergirl. The 27-year-old actress told DC Comics in December, "What ultimately is the most important thing about her is that she always finds the silver lining. She always finds a way to be heroic and good and pure at heart." Supergirl will return with an all-new episode on March 14th. About 9.6 million viewers in the United States tuned in for Sunday's series finale of the beloved costume drama Downton Abbey, PBS and WGBH announced Tuesday. PBS President and CEO Paula Crager said in a statement, "These 6 seasons of Downton Abbey have truly been a fantastic ride for all of us in the public television family. A sincere thank you to Carnival Films, Masterpiece, Gareth Neame, and Julian Fellows, and all of our member stations for their part in this tremendous success. Most of all, thank you all, the loyal viewers whose enthusiasm and engagement with the show made Downton Abbey a global sensation." Added Masterpiece executive producer Rebecca Eaton, "It's incredibly hard to say goodbye to a show that has brought so much pleasure to so many people. A huge thanks to everyone at Downtown, upstairs and downstairs, on screen and behind the scenes. You've given us a historic piece of television. And American viewers, please rest assured that even after the sun sets on Downton Abbey, Masterpiece will continue to shine on with the very best of British drama." HBO released a new trailer for the upcoming 6th season of Game of Thrones Tuesday. The red band clip, which runs 1 minute and 42 seconds, came with the warning that it featured mature content for scenes depicting violence and sexuality. It received about 400,000 views during its first few hours on YouTube. Set to the song Wicked Games performed by James Vincent McMorrow, the long-awaited preview offers glimpses of the most fan-favorite characters, including Emilia Clarke's Daenerys, Maisie Williams' Arya, Peter Dinklage's Tyrion, Lena Headey's Ceres, Natalie Dormer's Marjorie, Sophie Turner's Sansa, Liam Cunningham's Davos, Ian Glenn's Jorah, and Nikolai Coster-Waldau's Jaime. A figure that appears to be Kit Harington's Jon Snow is seen crumpled on the ground. The character's fate has been debated by fans since Season 5 ended. The show is to return April 24th. AMC says it has renewed its martial arts drama Into the Badlands for a 10-episode Season 2. The ratings hit is to return in 2017. Charles Collier, the president of AMC, Sundance TV, and AMC Studios, said in a statement Tuesday, "With its deep dive into authentic martial arts, the visually stunning Into the Badlands proved to be unlikely anything else on television." Co-creators and showrunners Al Hugh and Miles Millar, along with the talented team of producers, cast, and crew, brought us an artfully crafted series. We're eager to return to the world of barons and blades and spend even more time with these compelling and evolving characters across an expanded second season. Gu and Millar said in a joint statement, "We can't imagine any other network bold enough to embrace a show like this. We look forward to continuing the journey into the Badlands." Into the Badlands stars Daniel Wu, Martin Koskas, Aramis Knight, Oliver Stark, Emily Beecham, Orla Bradley, Sarah Bolger, Ali Hernandez, and Madeline Mantock. Christopher Meloni is not returning to Law & Order Special Victims Unit despite rumors to the contrary. The 54-year-old actor denied he will reprise Detective Elliot Stabler on the NBC police procedural in an interview with HuffPost Live on Monday. The star said while promoting his WGN America series Underground, "No, I've heard that rumor along with everybody else. I have no idea where that came from and what that's about." Meloni played Stabler for 12 seasons before exiting Law & Order SVU over a contract dispute in 2011. The actor later told Vulture he was ready to leave and denied his departure was linked to longtime showrunner Nir Bayer exit. He admitted 12 years. I never dreamt that I would stick with someone so long. I've enjoyed it so much, but it was time. I've been thinking about it for a while. Present showrunner Warren Leight sparked rumors of Meloni's return after SVU was renewed for an 18th season in February. Leight told The Hollywood Reporter he would have approached Meloni if season 17 was the show's last. Leight said, in hindsight, NBC's Dick Wolf, Universal, and Chris all know they could have handled Meloni's exit better, but I think Chris, over time, from what I heard, heard began to realize that the fans were owed a little more. Law & Order's SVU is in its 17th season and will return to television March 23rd. Mariska Hargitay stars as Detective Olivia Benson, with Ice-T as Detective Odulafin Tutilola, Tamara Tooney as Medical Examiner Melinda Warner, and Kelly Giddish as Detective Amanda Rollins. DuckTales fans got a glimpse of Disney's XD's forthcoming reboot Monday. Disney released the first image for the series online featuring Scrooge McDuck, Donald Duck, and Huey, Dewey, and Louie on an adventure in the jungle. The Disney blog reported, based on this image, this new series will once again feature the kind of comic misadventures the original show was so well known for. It also added, as for the style, this is decidedly traditional, borrowing from the streamlined graphic style of the insanely popular Mickey Mouse short series. Disney XD announced a reboot last February, with Deadline reporting the new show will follow the characters on high-flying adventures worldwide. The animated series is expected to premiere in 2017. Disney's XD General Manager and Senior Vice President of Programming, Mark Bouchard, said at the time, DuckTales has a special place in Disney's TV animation history. Our new series will bring that same energy and adventurous spirit to a new generation. DuckTales had a 4-season run from 1987 to 1991 and inspired the theatrical spin-off DuckTales the Movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp. The series follows Scrooge McDuck, his nephew Donald Duck, and his grandnephews Huey, Dewey, and Louie on various adventures. Mixed martial artist Paige Van Zandt, singer Wynonna Morris, football player Doug Flutie, and Von Miller, actress Kim Fields, and broadcast journalist Geraldo Rivera are to compete on Season 22 of Dancing with the Stars. The cast will also include Marla Maples, presidential candidate Donald Trump's ex-wife, actress Misha Barton, and America's Next Top Model Niall DeMarco. The names were revealed on Tuesday's edition of ABC's Good Morning America. The cast members joined the previously announced contenders Pittsburgh Steelers Antonio Brown, actress Jodie Sweetin, and meteorologist Ginger Zee for the introduction on GMA. Season 22 is to premiere March 21st. The show will once again be hosted by Tom Bergeron and Aaron Andrews. The celebrity judges are Len Goodman, Bruno Tonini, and Carol Ann Inaba. Kim Kardashian has shot back at celebrities Bette Midler and Chloe Moretz after posting a new photo of herself. The Keeping Up with the Kardashians star and wife to rapper Kanye West first zeroed in on Midler Monday night after the singer wrote, "Kim Kardashian tweeted a nude selfie today. If Kim wanted us to see a part of her we've never seen, she's going to have to swallow the camera." In response to the scathing comment, which seemed to reference the reality star's infamous sex tape leaked in 2007, Kardashian wrote, "I know it's past your bedtime, but if you're still up and reading this, send nudes." The viral celebrity added, "I really didn't want to bring up how you sent me a gift a while back trying to be a fake friend, then come at me, #deja-vu." Actress Chloe Moretz, who recently became the first American guest star on South Korea's Saturday Night Live, also chimed in questioning Kardashian's choice to upload the photo. Kardashian responded with sarcasm, "Let's all welcome @Chloe G. Moretz to Twitter since no one knows who she is. Your nylon cover is cute, boo." Before hitting back at the two celebrities, Kardashian joked she had been away, quote, "cashing my 80 million video game checks and transferring 53 million into our joint account." Kardashian also responded to British television personality Piers Morgan, who joked about Kanye West's infamous Depp announcement and offered to buy her clothes. Kardashian responded, "Hey, Piers Morgan never offered to buy a married woman clothes. That's on some Ashley Madison type, #for research." After her response, Morgan suspected Kanye West, known for his passionate and at times outrageous Twitter rants, seized control of the celebrity's smartphone. Later Monday night, Kardashian uploaded an additional nude photo of herself, this time part of a photo shoot, adding the caption, #liberated. Michael Phelps is seen training in Under Armour's latest ad promoting the brand's Rule Yourself campaign to inspire athletes to work hard behind the scenes. In the 90-second TV spot, the 22-time Olympic medalist undergoes intense training at the gym, in the pool, and even an oxygen chamber to get competition ready. The 30-year-old swimmer is also seen stepping into a tube of ice and devouring plates of food to meet his high-calorie diet as part of his regimen. Last month, Under Armour Vice President Adrienne Lofton explained the ongoing promotional campaign, the tagline for it, which is, "It's what you do in the dark that puts you in the light," as one means to inspire dedication in young athletes. Lofton told Business Insider it's about what young athletes do in the dark. That means this idea of maybe you can't go to the party, maybe you can't hang out, maybe you can't do the things that everyday kids are doing, but you're sacrificing those moments to really step into the light, to really get that win and that championship moment that you really deserve. In addition to Michael Phelps, Under Armour's ad campaign also features Manchester United soccer player Memphis Depay and the USA's women's gymnastics team. Willow Smith has been named as Chanel's latest style ambassador following the footsteps of Lily Rose Depp, Kristen Stewart, and Keira Knightley. The 15-year-old starlet and daughter of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith shared a thank you note to Chanel's chief fashion designer Karl Lagerfeld on Instagram Monday. She wrote, "Thank you, Karl Lagerfeld and the entire team at Chanel for expanding the perceptions of beauty by picking me to be the new Chanel ambassador. I am honored." The model, singer, and artist attended Chanel's Fall-Winter 2016 front row only show in Paris alongside Lagerfeld, Pharrell Williams, and her mother Monday, according to Vogue and social media. Former Rolling Stones bassist Bill Wyman is undergoing treatment for prostate cancer, his publicist announced. The cancer was said to be caught in the early stages, according to a brief social media post from Wyman's team Tuesday, and is expected to make a full recovery. No further information regarding the musician's status has been confirmed, nor has Wyman released a statement regarding his health. Wyman performed with the Rolling Stones, currently consisting of Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, Ronnie Wood, and Charlie Watts, between 1962 and 1993. Since he has been working as a solo bassist as well as in his own band, the Rhythm Kings. Pop star Lady Gaga is planning a low-key wedding with the help of her family. The 29-year-old singer said her nuptials to actor Taylor Kinney won't be over-the-top event fans may expect in an interview Monday on Air with Ryan Seacrest. The star shared, "I think if I would have not let my mom do this with all of us and my family, I think if I would have denied the women in my life this planning of the wedding, they would probably kill me." She also said, "I have all the help in the world in a way. I want a really family-style wedding. We're not planning anything that's worth writing about." Lady Gaga and Kinney have been together since 2011 and got engaged last February. The singer told Extra she and the 34-year-old actor intend to keep their wedding plans secret at the New York premiere of Rock the Cash Bar in October. She said, "At the time, for what it's worth, we're just really private in more ways than people probably think. We don't really know, but we're enjoying being engaged." The Backstreet Boys may join fellow 90s star Britney Spears and Mariah Carey in Las Vegas. Singer A.J. McLean revealed he and the band are interested in a Las Vegas residency in an interview with Entertainment Tonight at the Los Angeles premiere of Grimsby. The 38-year-old singer said, "We are talking about it. We are looking into it right now, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Right now, we're actually back in the studio making our ninth album." He also added, "If anything transpires, it'll probably come after our brand new tour, and I'm also doing my very first solo project. There's a lot of things going on this year." McLean and bandmate Kevin Richardson took to their managers to see Spears perform and do some recon for a possible residency in February. Spears kicked off her residency at the Axis in Planet Hollywood in 2013 and will perform there through 2017. McLean said, "We wanted to go see the production, see the show, and catch up with our old friend Britney. She was amazing as usual. She's such an amazing performer. She's so sweet. She has not changed a bit. She's still just a sweet little Southern belle." Spears shared a photo from McLean's visit on Instagram, writing, "Huge confession, biggest hashtag Backstreet Boys fan. Tonight was truly a dream for me." The 34-year-old singer previously dated Justin Timberlake, who was a member of Backstreet Boys' rival NSYNC. Bubba Sparxxx is engaged to Miss Iowa 2010 winner Katie Connors. The 39-year-old rapper, born Warren Anderson Mathis, confirmed the news by thanking fans for their well wishes after news of his engagement broke over the weekend. The star tweeted Monday, "Sincerely appreciate all the love on the wedding, weight loss, and birthday. Equally thankful to those that found a way to bitch about it." TMZ reported Bubba Sparxxx and Connors will tie the knot at the Andrew Jackson's former home, the Hermitage in Nashville, on May 21st. The couple invited more than 400 friends and family members and will reportedly shell out $100,000 for the wedding. The news broke a day after the one-year anniversary of Bubba Sparxxx and Connors' engagement. Former Miss Iowa wrote last year, "I couldn't be more excited. It's official. We're getting married. I love you so, so much. At Bubba Sparxxx." And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1996, comedian George Burns dies at the age of 100. The legendary cigar-chomping performer George Burns dies at his home in Beverly Hills, California, just weeks after celebrating his 100th birthday. Born at Nathan Birnbaum in New York City, Burns was one of 12 children. As a young child, he sang for pennies on street corners and in saloons, and at the age of 13, he started a dance academy with a friend. In 1922, Burns performed the latest in a string of song and dance acts in Newark Newark, New Jersey, where he teamed up with the fellow performer Gracie Allen. Though Allen began as the straight one in their partnership, her natural comedic ability prompted Burns to rewrite their materials to give her more of the punchlines. From then on, Burns played the straight man to Allen's ditzy with hilarious results. By the time Burns and Allen married in 1926, they had already become known on the vaudeville circuit. In the 1920s was the golden age for vaudeville performers, and Burns and Allen were two of a number of greats. Their peers included Milton Berle, Al Jolson, Fanny Brice, Bert Laurel, and Jack Benny, Burns' close friend, who successfully made the transition to other forms of entertainment. After making their radio debut in 1929, the pair landed regular show, The George Burns and Gracie Allen Show, which aired from 1932 to 1950 on the NBC network. In the late 1930s, the program's audience numbered to more than 40 million people, and NBC paid Burns and Allen $10,000 per week, an enormous sum for the time. The couple also played themselves on the big screen in a number of films, including International House in 1933, Many Happy Returns in 1934, The Damsel in Distress in 1937, and College Swing in 1938. In 1950, the George Burns and Gracie Allen Show made a seamless transition to television, airing on CBS and becoming one of the top-rated programs for the duration of the decade. The Burns-Allen team remained in the public eye until Allen's retirement in 1959. She died of a heart attack in 1964 at the age of 58. Though Allen was Roman Catholic, Burns buried her with Episcopal rites, explained that as a Jewish man, he couldn't be buried in a Catholic consecrated ground. He wanted to be buried beside her. After Burns underwent major heart surgery in 1975, at the age of 79, his career got a second wind. That year, he played a retired vaudevillian in the film adaptation of Neil Simon's play, The Sunshine Boys, co-starring Walter Matthau and Richard Benjamin. Burns won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for the role. After that, there was no shortage of movie parts for the octogenarian actor who played God in Oh God in 1977, and the sequel Oh God Book 2 in 1980, and Oh God You Devil in 1984, in which God was featured as both the God and the devil. He also starred in Just You and Me Kid in 1979, Going in Style in 1979, and 18 Again in 1988. Also on this date in 1997, Christopher Wallace, a.k.a. the Notorious B.I.G., is killed in Los Angeles. Wallace was a Brooklyn-born bass rapper whose 1994 album Ready to Die was largely responsible for making Bad Boy Records a success. On the night he was killed, Wallace was riding in the passenger seat of a GMC Suburban when a Toyota Land Cruiser pulled up alongside him at the corner of Wilshire Boulevard and Fairfax Avenue. The driver of the Land Cruiser opened fire on Wallace, fatally wounding him before speeding away. Dozens of eyewitnesses accounts allowed the Los Angeles Police Department to develop a detailed reconstruction of the shooting and a composite sketch of the gunman, but Wallace's murder remains unsolved more than a decade later. It was widely speculated that Wallace's killing was in some way related to the similar killing of Tupac Shakur in Las Vegas 7 months earlier in a similar physical circumstances. While no evidence has ever come to light of Wallace's involvement in Shakur's death, Shakur has publicly accused Wallace of involvement in a 1994 attempt on his life, an accusation that greatly escalated the East Coast-West Coast feud and made Wallace and Shakur into its most prominent participants. In the months following Christopher Wallace's death, the East Coast-West Coast feud may have faded away, but fans' interest in its participants have not. Wallace's second and most successful studio album, Life After Death, was released less than 3 weeks after he died, and new material by both Tupac Shakur and the Notorious B.I.G. continues to be released posthumously more than 20 years after both artists pass. And as your entertainment report for Wednesday, March 9th, 2016, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app. Search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.